Brand Day Chosen Ones. And yeah, this is coming off My Thought Patterns, episode 109. And this is part two, Fresh Energy. And yeah, let's tap straight into this one. Yeah. Day one of the 9 day fast. And I started it with sea moss blended with strawberries. And it's also got apple juice to fin it, 100% pure apple juice, non-concentrated, no additives. Shout out to Lady Crown out there. And it's also mixed with alcohol syrup, to sweeten it. And you can also use maple syrup as well to sweeten it. These are natural sweeteners. So yeah, and trust me, it's raised my soul. And I'm really back on form. And I love staying in form, like I like to say. So, you know me tapping in every single second. And okay, let's tap straight into this one properly now, yeah? Um, Greetings to you all. And I've had some meetings with my soul tribe in the astral realms because there's many dimensions to reality. And because I'm tapped into my multi-dimensional selves, I'm able to switch my frequency, especially when I go into the dream world, which I call the astral realm. You know what I mean? Because it's all perception, like I like to say. And when you upgrade your perception to raising your soul, everything changes. And yeah, man. Okay, this is random, yeah, but it's really coming off my thought patterns. Um, yeah, I remember in hospital, yeah, when the doctor said to me that I might lose my voice, and these times I couldn't speak for about, I think it was around a day and a half, 2 days, and oh my god, the thought patterns were really attacking me, and anytime that I have a past thought of trauma, I flip it into PTG, which is post-traumatic growth, because it's so key to keep on tapping in. So it doesn't mean that the past is gone within your mind. It means that you're present with the thought patterns that are always passing by. Because what I've learned about the thought patterns is that it's relentless. And a key way to deal with it is tuning into the observer and just witnessing reality for what it really is within the present moment and tuning into the feeling, baby. Oh, yeah. So making sure that you're present with anything that pops up within your subconscious. And the real language of the subconscious is imagery, it isn't actually your worded thoughts. So when you really tap into Neville Goddard's work, Feeling is the Secret, you realize that, your imagination is key because it creates your manifestation. Because this is why I like to say that, you know, the majority of people know what they're really doing. So, when you got this pure intention, like the chosen ones, huh, people already know what you're dealing with before you even come in their presence. That's why authenticity is the highest frequency in the universe, because you're really connecting to who you truly are. You're not faking it for others, you're keeping it 100. So trust me, tapping into a pure intention is so key in your life, getting on this divine mission, because we've all got a divine mission deep within our soul, but it's up for us to activate it. And what I've learned is that it's very healthy to be in your authentic nature. Very, very healthy, because your thought patterns don't attack you, regardless of anything that you go through, because you're taking accountability for any actions that you may perceive as wrong, and then you're rectifying it with your divine nature. So trust me, it's key. And I'm so gassed right now. Shout outs to everybody out there that's been sending me good energy, because I'm connecting with some of you in the astral realm, and it's showing me that we're so interconnected. And the more that we connect on this low frequency, is the more that this whole world changes. And but this is key. This is a flip to this year. One thing I've learned is that you don't actually change the world, you change yourself, which then influences matter within the world, the physical reality around you. So the best thing that we all can do is change ourselves. in order to change the world as a collective, because it's the collective consciousness that really shifts reality, because when you deep it, yeah, when you shift your frequency, that doesn't mean that the lower frequencies have gone. It just means that your personal journey is shifted to a different dimension. So trust me, when you really tap in, you'll realize it's so key for you to do your own inner work, because it's only really you that can do that inner work. And one thing that I learned about trauma is that, why, to overcome it, yeah, and especially the type of trauma that I went through, 3 near deaths, um, you have to always tap in, every single second, like I like to say. And it's not for everybody. But I'm just here as a conduit from the Most High to give you this divine message, to realize that you've got the power. Okay, let's switch dimensions a bit now, yeah. Um, the love frequency is something that is always there for you to tap into, but you only can really vibrate on that love frequency when you heal your inner child. Because when you learn about the subconscious, yeah, you'll realize that, um, from 0 to 7 years old is where most of your programming is. And when I started doing certain meditations that led back to my inner child, I realized that I was really wounded, and I needed to heal. And it's funny, because tears were flowing down my eyes, and when I was doing that inner child work, especially at the start of my recovery, when I started gaining this awareness about meditation. And going back to what I was on about earlier, the subconscious works on imagery. So when you really go back and cleanse those frequencies with your inner power, and installing new information, because one thing I learned with Dr. Joe Dispenza's work is that you can install new information within your emotional body. And it's so key, because your emotions govern everything within. So when you do that inner child work, yeah, it actually influences all the other cells as well that are connected with it. So when I tap into my shadow, in a righteous manner, it's because that I've done my inner child work. So the inner child's so key, and we've all got an inner family within us. When you really tap in and expand your consciousness, realizing that you're connected with so much out there. You're connected with the whole cosmos when you really tap in, the whole universe. And you have to keep upgrading it as well as you go along your journey, because one thing I've learned is that there's so many challenges coming your way when you activate, um, your inner child to a higher state, because you'll realize how many people haven't done that. So there's going to be a barrier between you and others as well, in terms of the frequencies that you're holding, because not everybody is at this high frequency. But one thing I'll mention before, I wrap up, yeah, is that shout out to all the chosen ones out there doing that work, man. And the connectivity that, I'm always witnessing with the synchronicities is amazing. It's showing me that, wow, this universe is really mathematical. And when you've got a mathematical mind, you're able to connect the dots and realize what's going on and where you're heading to. So have a vision for your future instead of being left with the memories of the past, and staying present. I'm raising your soul. And I just send it on this. Keep feeling so good, real good. It's all about the feeling, baby. Oh, yeah. STS over and out. Peace and blessing.